Howdy, everybody. Today I'm going to try to keep it short. I'm going to try to not go on a rant. The other day I was watching a video. It was from a creator who I just blanked out on, but he had a special ops guy, and the special ops guy, I forgot his name too. I've seen him a couple of times. His name is Jimmy Cook or something like that. This is a guy who was a special operator for the better part of 10 years. Like half a GWAT, he was in Delta and in those kind of groups, and you could tell the way he moves, the way he talks, the way he acts, you're like, this guy's legit. And he does this amazing video giving tips, pointers. He said, look, if you're a beginner, try this. If you're more advanced, try this. If you're an expert or very advanced or competitive, do this third thing. And I watched this guy and I'm like, this guy is pretty genuine. This guy knows his stuff. He's very technical. He's very straightforward. He's very clear in his explanation. And then at the very end of the video, he exhibited the most humility I've ever seen in a guy who has that level of knowledge. And he looks right at the camera and says, look, folks, I've done this for a long time, but I will be the first one to tell you the way I do things works for me. It may not work for you. It is a way, but it may not be the way. And it certainly isn't the way for everyone. And it may not be the way for you. Take what you can, learn what you can, and take it from there. And I thought that was such a profound statement. It was such a simple phrase. It is a way, it is not the way. Now you take that phrase and you interpolate it into the preparedness community, which most of us are in. When I do things, when I demo something, and the Four Horsemen, we get together every week when we can, and we talk about all sorts of stuff. The way we do things, the way we see things, the way we understand things is our way. It's a way. It's not the way. And that's one of the things we love about the panel is you got the two guys from New York, Livingston and Hudson. You got Vision, Trent's up in Ohio. I'm in Texas. And I've moved across Texas and now have it's like two different countries when you move across Texas. And we've all seen different things, and we see things and approach them in different ways. Some people have apartments, some have houses. The Angry Prepper, for instance, is in an apartment, right? And look at what he accomplishes. Even he'll probably tell you it's a way, it's not the way, but it works for him. Approach this the same way. I'm seeing creators out there telling people to do things and not well-intentioned, like, oh, you wire this together and look, it worked for me, and then you wire and you zap yourself. It wasn't like, he meant well and somebody got zapped accidentally. They're literally telling people to do things that could get them in trouble, that could get them arrested, that can get the police or some other authority at their home, or even worse, make them lose their job, make them lose friendships. Don't get involved in that. Don't follow that path. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Well, the road to stupid goes straight to hell. And don't follow the road to stupid. There's just no good ending for that. Remember that phrase, though. When you do things, it's a way, not the way. You might be in an apartment. You might be in a house in the suburbs. You might be in a ranch in the middle of nowhere. You might have fresh water. You might have a damn desert next door, like I do now. And I went from one extreme to the other. Everything's a way, not the way, because there's so many ways to do this. And I wanted to put this message out because you have a lot of new people in the community, a lot of experienced ones who are now reevaluating, including myself, how we're doing things, trying to be more efficient, trying to save the money, save the time, save the energy. And then you have some, yapping monkey out on the internet going, oh, do this, and, go punch a cop or whatever stupid idea they have. Have discernment when dealing with creators and understand we're doing what works for us, what we think is correct. It may not apply to all situations. So I want to put that out there to all the folks who follow me. I have a boatload of new followers lately who are now following me on different platforms. It's a way, but it's not the way. And at the end of the day, you have to do what works for you with your resources, your time, money, effort, energy, space, etc. And don't be discouraged either. If someone says, "Oh, if you can't buy 6 months of food, you know, you're gonna die," that's stupid. I'd rather you have 4 days of food and you've bought yourself 4 days to figure out, wow, something X has occurred in the universe. How do I deal with it? Well, we don't know right now, but we have 4 days of food and water that we can sit here and eat and hide out and try to figure it out. You're going to be ahead of a lot of other people. So anyway, that's it for this video. This is a super short one today. Again, what I do, what all of us do, and any other horseman will certainly tell you, it's a way. It's not the way. Find your way. And if you can use some of what we do, more power to you. Till next time, Godspeed, God bless. We'll see y'all later.